So don't get used to this, but you want to see something cool? I don't know how many more times I can do this, but you want to see one of the most beautiful boxes you'll ever see? You ready for this? Oh. Here we have an EX Dragon featuring Latios and Latias on the front. Still have EX Dragon on the front, and on the side, you have Rayquaza. And on the other side, you have Absol, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. But look how absolutely stunning and beautiful this box is. I mean, come on, look at that Ray. Whew. Really grateful to add another really cool box to the collection. But welcome back, traders and collectors. It's your favorite Pokeplumber here, flushing out the latest news and the hobby updates. Whether it's breaking leaks, rare finds, or market trends, I got the tools to keep your collection growing and your profits flowing. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. First things first, giveaway winner is JJ1989. Congratulations, JJ. All you have to do is shoot me a message on Instagram or email me and take a screenshot of your YouTube and send me your information. So congratulations to JJ. For our next giveaway, we're going to do a Glory of Team Rocket booster box. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification, blah, 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 and enter your chance to win a free booster box, free Japanese booster box. If it's free, it's for me. But what's going on, everybody? How are you all doing? I have notes today because this is going to be a little bit of a longer one. So I definitely have notes. But before we get into these hot topics, my number one question I get asked is, Nick, where do you get your acrylics where do you get your acrylics from? Okay. So shout out to Logan's Pokeship. He sent me a booster case acrylic case, I guess. But look at it. You can now put your cases in a case. How cool is that? Shout out to Logan's Pokeship. I'll link the description below. I'll link the description below. Code Plumber5 to get your discount. So just put Plumber5 and click the link below, and voila, your acrylics, everybody. The number one asked question, okay? Maybe if the guy I get the EX ones from hooks it up, maybe I'll give him a little ring so you can see where I can get the EX and the Diamond and Pearl ones and the Heart Gold Soul Silver ones. Yeah, pretty cool. But first things first, we have to talk about Cosmic Eclipse, because if you were here, I don't know, what was that, 4 months ago when we were talking about Cosmic when it was at $1,000, and I said, hey, how's Cosmic at $1,000 and Unbroken's at $1,000 and Unified's at $1,000? But Cosmic is way better than those sets, and Team Up at the time was, what, 5, 6K? I said there's too much of a gap between Cosmic and Team Up. Lo and behold, Cosmic Eclipse is now, it's in a current bid right now. I believe it's at like $4,500. Cosmic Eclipse to 5K. Cosmic Eclipse to 5K. How insane is this? This market, I bought a box not too long ago at like $2,200. What is going on? Where's my, here we go. We got some beautiful Cosmic. I mean, it is also one of the most, pretty modern boxes you'll ever see. Like, look at the top. Like, you got, oh my God, Igglybuff, Togepi, Jigglypuff, or not Clefairy, Blastoise, Piplup. Like, this box is just so beautiful. Solgaleo, Lunala. This was the first box that they removed putting Pokemon on the back of the box. But Cosmic is just unstoppable. And honestly, at this point, I don't know where it's going to stop. I mean, it could stop around $6 grand. And that's just insane to me. Yeah, because Team Up's still around like 10 grand. It dropped a little bit to 9. So I guess Cosmic is going to be right behind Team Up as the second most expensive set from Sun and Moon era. But it is the best set from Sun and Moon era. Compare. The Lovebirds, right? That's what Team Up has. But to me, Cosmic Eclipse is so much deeper of a set than Team Up. I don't know. Cosmic Eclipse is just insane. My favorite set. You guys all know how much I love Cosmic Eclipse. But yeah, so I want to go into a couple things on what the market's doing, what's going on. Right now, Destined Rivals seems to be about $300 a box. I see cases selling between $1,800 and $2,000. I mean, Destined Rivals, is it a stack set? Absolutely. I think it's a great set, and I just it scares the crap out of me that a set like this is just, no set's ever done this, right? I mean, with Roaring Skies, yes, but Destin's at $300 and it's not slowing down. So you have some of the biggest people in this hobby that are even starting to FOMO with Destined Rivals. And that scares me a little bit. When you have these huge people that are like, hey, are you grabbing Destined Rivals? Why would I be grabbing Destined Rivals? Oh, because it's a great set. I understand that. But it seems that everybody forgets that a lot can happen in 2 years. Like, yes, things are crazy right now. I get nervous too, of course. But am I like wrong? Am I wrong in this situation and not being buying Destined Rivals? Like, don't get me wrong, I have a decent amount of cases, but I don't want to buy more right now. I'd rather buy the older vintage stuff. And listen to me, in the grand scheme of things, having whatever this equals to in cases for Destined Rivals, that would probably be the better play. What I'm doing is for my PC. I'm just being honest. Like, this makes me happy. Yes, I could have bought a whole bunch of cases of Destined Rivals at whatever price it was, but instead I'd rather have this stuff because there's not much of it, okay? Destined Rivals is a great set. If you want some in your collection, get it. But I just feel like there's too much time. There's too many things that can happen in the next 2 years. And that's what's going to happen. Destin's going to be printed for the next 2 years. I don't know if we're going to get more booster boxes. I don't know if we're going to get, blisters, 3-pack blisters, collection boxes. I have no idea what's going to happen. But to me, I'm not in that much of a rush to buy Destined Rivals. That's just personally how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel. It's a great set. You should have a couple boxes in your collection, and then if it goes down, it goes down. If it goes up, then I'll buy it when it goes up. I don't know what to tell you. For me, it's not where I want to be right now. Okay. All right. So this is a little confusing. This is kind of where the hobby is right now. We have Pokemon collecting becoming more of a norm, okay? So instead of like back then when I used to go get Pokemon cards, I'd hide the Pokemon product that was in my cart because I was embarrassed. Now it's starting to become more of a conversation piece to, hey, what are you collecting? And some people will say sports cards. Some people will say Pokemon. Some people will say Labubus. It's just collecting this kind of stuff is becoming more and more of the norm, and that's why it's just growing at a rapid rate. And when you have all these athletes who have big money, when you have all these hedge funds, like everybody bigger is starting to collect more and more, and it's more out there. You have social media doing crazy things right now where if I post this, then one person sees it, then it's like a Ponzi scheme. It just keeps branching off, and then more and more people are buying Pokemon. And right now, you're having so many people that see Pokemon only go up that they're starting to get that invincible feeling, and that's a dangerous feeling. The invincible feeling is whatever I buy is going to go up. I buy this box, right? And it's at an all-time high. And then two weeks later, it's at a new all-time high. And then 2 weeks after that, it's at another all-time high. Then people are like, okay, I can liquidate 100K, turn that into 200K, and they're starting to get, a little more confident. Hey, I have this no-brainer. I can buy this, and it's only going to go up. Until it doesn't. And when you start to feel invincible in this hobby, that might be one of the most dangerous spots you can be. And when you have all this influx of people coming in and they're only seeing win after win after win after win, that loss could truly hurt a lot of people. And that's kind of like what goes through my head is everyone's starting to feel invincible. Everybody's like, okay, I have this EX box. Nobody has it. So I know last comp is this, but I don't care. What do you want to pay to get it in your PC? And that is the craziest thing I've ever seen in this market. It's not usually like that. Like people could say, hey, this last sale, I'm just making up numbers. Last sale was $10,000. Okay, what's it worth to you, right? Oh, and they already have an offer for 20 grand, right? Last sold was 10. How do you have an offer for 20? Because there's none out there and they just want the box, right? And Dragon's Exalted is just sold for a record high of 13K. Last year, that box was worth $2,900. It gets to the point where it's like maybe with all these people and this influx of money, they don't care. And this is becoming the market, but it doesn't make sense how something sells for the all-time high and then it keeps growing. And it doesn't only grow a little bit, it grows at a rapid rate. You should be a little bit like weary about that. Not everybody should have that invincible feeling, guys. Like, yeah, this stuff is solid, but like if you're holding a lot of profit, a lot of products, it doesn't hurt to take a little bit of profit. Like we're seeing stuff just hit these crazy prices after crazy prices. And yeah, it's glorious. It's fantastic. I'm having fun. But always keep in the back of your mind, you're not invincible, okay? It's starting to become a scary market. And then when you have, listen to this. This is how bad this market's gotten. And I'm not going to put out any names or anything like that, but I'm going to give you an example. And this is truly where we're at. So let's say a store owner buys a product and let's say they sell it for something insane, right? They don't want to tell anybody comps because then they can't buy it back for around what they bought it for if they know what the new sale was. And that's happening with a lot of products is people are paying whatever they can, right? So if you have like a Logan Paul and he really wants a Deoxys box and last sold of Deoxys is 67 grand, right? But Logan Paul wants it and he has buku bucks. He goes and buys it for $100,000, okay? The person that sold him that box at $100,000, they don't want anyone to know that they sold it at $100,000 because then they'd have to buy it back at $100,000. And that's what's starting to happen more and more. Someone sells it at this ridiculous number, but they don't want to tell you because then they can't buy it anymore. And if you have people that are afraid of this, if you have these big stores that are afraid of, this hobby right now or talking about comps, we're on uncharted territory. We've never been in this area before. And it's just like there's so many new things happening that I never even thought were possible. I'm learning about all this stuff as we go, and I'm seeing it happen more and more and more. And it's like if I made an offer on a box, right? It might have been a little bit more than the last comp. And I got smoked by 15K. Think about this. 15K more than what my offer was. Like, how are people going to keep getting the product? And this is what's going to happen, right? So now when you're looking at this S tier product, they're going to say, okay, that's out of reach. So let me focus on the one underneath that. Now we're in the platinum era. Oh, that's starting to become out of reach. Let me go to the black and white era. Oh, black and white era. I mean, it goes platinum, heart gold, I know, but I'm just skipping. Platinum era is out of reach. We'll go to black and white. Black and white's out of reach. So now we're at XY. Now XY is doing crazy things, but people are making money off the megas by ripping it, shipping it, and doing that. So now when the megas start going out of reach, which a lot of these boxes are hitting, I said this a while ago. I said, what if XY starts doing diamond and pearl numbers one day? And I said this 3 months ago and is doing what diamond and pearl was last year. Like, think about that. You have boxes in XY, Phantom Forces, Flashfire, more than diamond and pearl boxes now. And then it goes to Sun and Moon. And now you have Cosmic Eclipse at the 6K. And now, what happens next? We go to Sword and Shield. Do you see the pattern here? Did any of this make sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I know it was a little confusing, but in my head, it makes perfect sense. It's just everything's growing at such a fast rate, and people are trying to find the next reasonable price, and this is how your Sword and Shield takes the next 20 to 30% bump, right? then it's going to eventually go to Scarlet and Violet. But it's just happening at such a alarming rate. Instead of waiting, 3, 4, 5 years, this is happening in 6 months. That's like wild to me. It's absolutely insane, guys. I really hope people are watching this video. It's like we're seeing Destined Rivals at $300, but when we were in Sword and Shield, you could still buy half the boxes from Sun and Moon at $300. But we're in the era, and we're spending it in that era. Has the Pokemon hobby become that much of a bull powerhouse that it doesn't matter anymore? That the market's saying, okay, this is going to be this price, so it's that price. The market's saying, oh, that's too underpriced. Cosmic Eclipse was too underpriced at $3,000, so now it's up to 4, then 5, then 6. And we talked a little bit about this. I said Primal Clash was underrated at $2,200 if you have Roaring at $45, and now a week later, Primal Clash is $3,500, $3,200. We are just moving at the most alarming rate I've ever seen a market move. And this is the strongest bull market I think is in the history of this hobby. This is crazier than like in 1999. It's insane. I don't know. It's just getting to that point where it's scary. It's very, very scary. Especially when you have like people that have been here for a while and they're getting nervous about Destined Rivals. They're getting nervous about the most recent main set. Take with that what you will. Evolving Skies, by September, $3,000 box. Roaring Skies, Roaring Skies. Fusion Strike, $1,200. It already just bumped to $8,000. Lost Origin, it just bumped a little bit. Brilliant Stars starting the bump. Silver Tempest, like this is the beginning. Once it ticks a little bit, and that's where we're heading with Sword and Shield. With right now with Scarlet and Violet, everyone's like, what's your dark horse with Scarlet and Violet? My dark horse is Temporal Forces. Because I don't know. I thought we were going to see booster box reprints of Temporal Forces. We didn't see anything. So Temporal Forces, definitely a dark horse to me. Paradox Rift, we had a huge reprint. Twilight Masquerade, if there's no reprints of Twilight Masquerade, that's another really solid set. I love the illustration bearers in that set. And the Greninja is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'm biased. I like that card a lot. One of the few who graded a 10. I did. I bought the raw copy for $90. And then it's just like the Pokemon market going, but it's just getting to the point of people just don't even want to sell anymore. Because it's like, hey, I'll sell this, right? I'll sell this at an all-time high. I did sell one. I sold one at an all-time high for $2,500 a month ago. And now we're about to see over, we're about to see $5,000 almost a month ago. Why would I want to sell more of it? Damn, man. What a time to be alive, am I right? I'm just having fun. I'm going to pick up my last EX box tomorrow. I have a long drive I have to make. I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. Man, it's so beautiful. I'm so grateful to have all this. But at the same time, it scares me. And this is why being a collector is important too. It's not just putting money into this, making money. Being a collector is important because if you're still here, plungers in the chat. So if I really want this in my PC, right? In the grand scheme of things, what's paying an extra $1,000? What's paying an extra $2,000? If it goes down, it doesn't matter because I'm excited because I love this box and I know it's here to stay. All right? I bought this box. At the time it was high, but now you look at it and you're like, wow, I could sell it and make a freaking 5K profit off of it. Like when I bought this, I thought it was high, but I was excited to put it in my PC, so I was okay buying it. Now I'd kill it on it. It's like the question you have to ask yourself is, do I sell this and then buy it back a year from now, 2 years from now for less? Or do you believe that this market with these vintage boxes only goes up? And truth be told, I think we had our chance. We had our chance after that COVID dip with the vintage boxes. Now, if you do how many years it was between that COVID dip to now, you had 4 years of nonstop ripping vintage product, 4 years nonstop ripping mid-era product. And to the point where it has now dried up. So even if we do have a crash, does vintage crash or is it only ultra modern? And that's, dude, I should have started off with that. That's the most important question you need to ask yourself. Like when this crash does happen, if there's 0 boxes of this on the market, how does it dip? And when one comes up, if it's that rare, how's it dip? And that's why I've been so bullish on my vintage journey. But hell, no matter what, if you buy Destined Rivals today, 5 years down the road, I guarantee it's not going to be, cheaper than it is now. 5 years down the road? I mean, Vivid Voltage. Yeah, but Destined Rivals is Destined Rivals. All right, let's say you buy this now, right? You buy a shit ton of cases at full market, whatever that is right now. I guarantee you that in 6-7 years, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But the question is, can you hang out, enjoy this hobby? And that's the issue is like, can you enjoy this? Can you enjoy the downs? Can you enjoy when nobody wants Pokemon? Or is it to the point where everybody wants Pokemon, only more and more and more? For everyone's favorite segment of the day, Pokemon pronunciation of the day. And I know people were going to come at me for how I pronounced the one Pokemon in the beginning of the video when we looked at the box. But here we have Rayquaza. See, it's not Rayquaza. It's Rayquaza. Say it with me, baby. Rayquaza. Rayquaza is said to have lived for hundreds of millions of years. Legends remain of how it put to rest the clash between Kyogre and Groudon. Rayquaza. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the very best.